Welcome to 60 Plus presents the Only Wrestling Podcast. I am Amir.
Mike.
Will.
Special guest in the building.
Nico White.
Oh my God. Man, thank y'all for having me.
Thank you for pulling up on us. Thank you for pulling up on us. We appreciate you.
No doubt. This is happening on a different day too. I just wear this hoodie all the time.
That's right.
That's
That's his uniform.
That's his favorite hoodie.
That's his uniform.
Always eating better. Shout out Tone H, man.
There we go.
Should get more Always Eating Better merch on the website, man. So fellas, what we talking about, man?
So this content piece is going to be AEW fan dividing questions.
Ew.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is supposed to be like a question that divides fan bases.
Got
Okay.
you.
So the first question is all elite wrestling better when it leans into chaos or when it tells long, slow stories?
Would you like, who you want to start?
Who?
If you want, you can
go
jump-
first
you
on
can
that
go
one.
first on that one. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know enough about AEW,
Okay.
right? I'm a WWE guy. The last time I checked
So
into
let's,
AEW.
let's switch it around.
Okay.
So is WWE better when it leans into chaos or when it tells long, slow stories?
I think it's best when they do chaotic long stories of like WWE from the time I've enjoyed it most. I started watching in 2000, right? And from 2000 up until I was like every week up until like Shawn Michaels retired. And then I would check back in periodically and all that. And up until recently when John Cena retired, right? Kind of keep up with the biggest storylines.
Of course.
Too much of the middle stuff with the guys that kind of became legends. And it was always good when it was chaotic. Always. And the stories were always longer that way, it seemed. You know, like when you had rivalries like Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho, and when you look at how long that joint lasted, when they were able to call back to it every now and again, have 2-3 things going on, and then they could have them interact on like just Raw, and you can get something that was dope because it's like this storyline of Chris and Shawn hating each other has been popping since what? That year, 2002-3, WrestleMania 19 and all that.
Yep.
You know, when you had storylines like he passed away, but when you had guys like Umaga being John Cena's guy, to where it's like only so many people could go against John and make you believe that they hurt him.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I liked it more when it was chaotic long stories.
Okay.
Like Undertaker and Brock Lesnar. That only got to be what it was because Brock and Undertaker, when Brock first got there, like that Hell in a Cell match, all that shit with like Stephanie Vince and all that. It builds on itself.
Right.
So when the chaos meets that long story, we usually get our best. We usually get the best product for them, in my opinion.
Okay. So we're gonna just keep a WWE for this.
Sure.
We usually do AEW because that's what we're trying to lean towards. But
Yeah.
because of you and because your knowledge is more in the
WWE.
WWE. Saying those two W's is fucking me.
WWE.
As somebody with a
WWE.
lisp, it's good to watch you who have all your teeth together can't not be able to do this. This is actually great. Now, say what's it called?
No.
Nah, what's it called? What's it called? Military?
WWE.
WWE.
Yeah.
WWE. Okay, so
Will, what you got?
Same question. Do you
So-
like chaos or long, slow stories?
I mean, I would say I'm leaning more towards storylining. Reason being is because when we actually have had, like for what you said too as well, the chaos is good. But remember also too, you have a lot of gimmicks that only go straight chaos first. Then afterwards, they'll bring you the storyline. For instance, I knew Notorious Raven was notorious for it. He'll bring you in, he's going, you feel me, terrorize you and everything, and then later down the week, then you're gonna find out, this is why I'm having a beef with you. This is why my interest is why it is with you. And you know, for Inspect, I would like to understand the story of where we're going to first, as opposed to understand. Maybe I can see why Kane ain't fucking with Undertaker. I can see that right now. Oh shit, brothers of the oh, no wonder. You feel me? Long storylining. Ergo, to bring back, like key matches get left out also as well without the storyline. And when you gravitate more to the chaos as well as also into anything, it can play into the storyline even more if the chaos is also, it matches up with what it's supposed to. Right. But if you're going to have chaos first and then jump right into storyline, it kind of gave off that surprise effect. Because now it's like, damn, he gave off his best shit. Now he's injured and everything, and now you're kind of telling me now, like, what's the beef about and everything? So now I gotta wait for him to come out the hospital or whatever. Obviously, you know, script wise, but like, you know, now I gotta wait for him to come out the hospital for him to get cleared and everything to be able to go speak about it on his promo 2-3 weeks later down the line, and then we go into the next pay-per-view that's always around the corner, and this is where it is. So I would just say, if anything, if we just get it more based on to like simple. Continuing with straight storyline, at least that makes sense. And having actual, you know, guys that can actually go along with the storyline as well as also with the chaos, then it'll definitely, you feel me, we good.
Right.
But I feel like we should pick up on at least storyline.
Right.
At least get that back, and then, all right, throw everything extras in, and then you have all this. But yeah.
I'm gonna lean chaos because pay-per-views are once a month now. Before, back in the day, you had 2-3 months to build a story, to tell a story.
Right.
You don't have that kind of time no more. And when they've showed themselves to try to tell a long-term story, outside of Roman and the Bloodline, the rest of these long-term stories have been awful for the most part with this current regime.
Yeah.
So with the current regime, give me the chaos and just give me the moments instead of you trying to make long-term storytelling and then it just doesn't pay off in the end.
Interesting.
So I'd rather take the chaos for this version of WWE.
Okay, what do you sure you want?
I just literally started watching.
Oh,
so I have
okay.
I have
So
no
basically,
taste.
this is like
I'm
this
just
is
here to
like a
ask questions.
training.
He's the moderator. Yeah, we
he's
show up.
moderator.
Right.
Yeah.
Post stash, man. So, all right. So look, so all that, right? It sounds more like, because like I hear what you're saying, and it sounds like the conversation that people have when you talk about the difference between TV and like social media, right? Of like they've gotten bad at long form storytelling, almost because like not society, but like it's wild when you realize how impactful WWE is now. When you realize that shit is politics
I'm really
now.
learning that.
It's like
seriously, yeah.
it really set off everything, man. Like from probably 2000, it got way too into the blood and like fabric of Americana. Of like
very much
to the point where like now, even when I look at politics, I'm like, oh, all of this is storyline.
Yeah.
All of this. Like you got, we can't do this. But like when it comes to politics, like I became disinterested because it's like left wing, right wing. I started looking at it like, well, shit, SmackDown and Raw was both Vince McMahon.
Exactly.
Left wing, right wing. I only know a couple things that got two wings.
They
Those
had
are
GMs.
birds.
Right.
Now, left wing, right wing, same brain, bruh. Somebody's lying. Vince walked out and told all the black wrestlers, all right, if you're not white, like, get in the back.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? And they did. He walked up Vince walked up to John Cena like, my man over here. What's up, my nigga? Like, Vince did that, bro.
Keep it up. He tried to muffle
with the
do-rag as if like he ain't say it.
And don't get me wrong, Vince let some people do it back because Teddy Long was my favorite. Remove this cracker from my show.
Yo, for real.
That's a fact.
So I say all that just to say of like, I'm with you on that of like their longest stories have kind of lost. They've kind of lost their fluidity almost. And then the people that tell stories are kind of bad at telling stories now. Of like, they're great athletes. They're the greatest athletes WWE's ever had.
Don't get me wrong.
But the storytelling is trash. It's so much like flash, and you go, well, I'd rather you like do little subtle shit. It's like the subtlety is lost.
Exactly.
The subtlety is lost. And there's I wonder if there's a way to get that back, but it's like you kind of got to go and find certain people. It's like the NBA where it's like it's not enough kids that were dead broke coming into the NBA no more.
Right.
Too many kids like you motherfuckers
that play AAU ball, that done had to travel.
You could afford
you didn't play in the park.
Yeah.
Right.
You ain't playing the park.
Okay.
You played on hardwood your whole life.
Yeah.
You ain't grow up on concrete.
Yeah.
There's a difference. No, there is a difference. There's a very big difference.
Yeah, and you can see
with the double medal ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like make a shot on a double rim.
Right.
Like it's completely different shooting on a double rim. You got to get your jump shot right.
Like even when you could like when you see I'm a Knicks fan. Like when I see Isaiah Stewart pushed Jalen Brunson.
And no
that
one go to him.
Nigga hit his head and ain't nobody. It's
no
like,
one attacked Stewart. I'm with
bro,
you.
y'all went to fucking college with this man. Ain't nobody think like, oh, don't push our guy. Don't push my bro I went to school with.
They're a team of dweebs. That's the problem.
They're not built like that.
Team
right?
of dweebs, yeah.
So all that to say, it makes sense of like their worst is storytelling. So you kind of need them to be more chaotic.
Yeah. At that point, something has to.
Because I need something to react to.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
I need something to react to.
The perfect example of that is John Cena's heel turn. They wanted the chaos and they got the chaos. But when it came time for the story to be told, there was no story to be told.
Right. And it's like you could have had that chaos. And like I don't know about you, because I like if it were up to you, how would you change that storyline? Like for me anyway, first of all, I think John Cena, whoever he had his last match with, that was preposterous, right? I think it should have been Randy Orton, right? I think Randy Orton should have been John's last match. I think you should have built that.
I don't think he was healthy enough, unfortunately.
Because
he got hurt. Orton did get hurt.
He did get hurt, and then they also sent him to Saudi to promote
I don't think he was healthy enough
the
for
big Royal, or WrestleMania.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Okay. If that's who else is around then from John's time?
I feel like it could have been Miz.
Miz? Nah, not Miz. CM Punk, maybe.
CM Punk, yeah, but remember, CM Punk is on a bit of a hypocritical run. And I'm sorry to CM Punk fans, but here's what I'm going to say. Everybody has an opinion, right? And just like the great one once said, you can spit, shine it, turn it sideways, real clean, and shove it up your ass because I can care less. Anyway, when I say this, when the going gets rough for CM Punk, and I'm not knocking the battlefield of what the juggernaut of WWE is. I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, what they're doing is also correct. But the thing about Punk is it goes back to that promo that he had with Triple H. You're all bark just because you're not getting your way.
Right.
And I get it. A lot of people have withstand from that. A lot of people have actually taken heat from that. Hello, we're not going to move past the fact that Triple H's biggest run ever in wrestling history, he had to get made an example of. So it was stripped out of him. Because remember when they all did the hugs and everything when everybody was leaving.
Off TV, right?
Exactly.
When Scott Hall and them come to
Scott
WCW.
Hall and Nash when they left. They're not going to punish HBK.
Right.
HBK at the time was heavier.
He was the top star. He was the top star at the time.
We're going to call it how it is. He was top star. So Trips, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Yeah.
Those are your guys, right? All right, well, here, bite the bullet. Nope, you're not getting this run. You're not winning the King of the Ring. And
Start over.
Start over. We'll get it popping once, but you're gonna take the bite from that.
Yeah.
Why didn't nobody come at that kind of aid in anything within there?
Yeah.
What do people do when the going gets rough? Instead of reinventing yourself and working on exactly what John Cena's character is. You feel me? Keep putting in the work. It's gonna get better. No, everybody wants to grab their ball and go home. All right, cool. So now you go to AEW. You're living lavishly. Let's call it what it is. You're moving with young folk, and you are literally a 17-year-old pit bull.
Damn.
Fucked up knees.
Damn.
Barely making it to the apron.
Damn.
Standing on a wimp leg.
Damn.
And then you want to talk about
what are you talking
other
about?
people is going to end up being a two-nighter for a buy one, get one? My mans, you did that right now. You came back to do that. So what I say about CM Punk is
better promo than Punk's cut.
And I'm not coming at Punk because I respect Punk.
Yeah.
I like Punk. Don't get me wrong. But when you go ahead and sit there and say that, oh, if you think the grass is greener where everything else, everybody has said that. Unfortunately enough, for the juggernaut of what WWE is, yes, the grass is not greener anywhere else.
Yeah.
Because why do you have all these other talent that come to WWE? If you look at it, at one point, the NXT roster was looking like AEW.
Yeah.
Everybody leaving and coming into WWE. What does that tell you? everywhere you go in professional wrestling, no matter what, if nobody sees eye to eye to you, if nobody's going to get what your character is, understand something, reinvent, prove it. Do the work. You have so many opportunities. How many intercontinental titles are you going to get until you basically realize that all you are is a promo bus, but when you're in a ring, you're a lack shit everything. You lack everything in the ring, and it's okay. It's okay for that because you're not Ring of Honor. You're not Ring of Honor CM Punk anymore. You're not chasing that anymore. You're not straight edge.
Pepsi Phil is gone.
You feel me? Pepsi Phil is gone. You literally came exactly to what MJF said.
No. He still don't drink and stuff like that.
He don't drink nothing. He's all.
But the last time he did the Pepsi plunge, it wasn't. He almost broke his leg when he did the Pepsi plunge.
Exactly.
Well, he's older now.
Exactly. And that's why he shouldn't have got.
Exactly.
That's why he holds the what is it, the WWE title on Raw.
Yeah, the World Heavyweight title.
He has that one.
He has that now?
Yes, he currently, and he just beat Braun Breaker.
And if I'm being honest, that shit, give it to Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
You had your chance, Phil. We get it.
Okay. But now let me ask you this, right?
Now, yeah.
So what, because that's not his decision to get the title.
No.
Right?
No.
So you gotta look at management for that of like,
and that's the problem with Cena.
And that is exactly.
Because if you look at the WWE roster, in this decade, they haven't had a champion that was born in the 90s.
Right.
That sounds nuts to hear.
That's crazy.
That no one born in the 90s has had a title.
It don't sound nuts when you look at entertainment in general. Look at everything that the WWE has an influence on, right?
Yeah.
From politics,
literally, yes,
to entertainment.
Exactly.
And think about when we were on the other podcast where we were talking about,
right?
The disconnect of, bro, it's so hard for them to see that the people they need are here already. They are here already. And for some reason, every industry just has this thing where it's like, stop looking in the past. The way they handled, I'm sorry, brother.
No.
The way they handled John Cena's retirement made me want to throw up. I'm like, you're so stuck in this backwards reality that you ain't willing to change. If nobody else deserved to go out with a W, it was John Cena. None of your top guys that you can name ever have been that loyal to you, ever. Hulk Hogan went somewhere else. Steve Austin
took their ball and left.
You know what I'm saying? Rock went somewhere else.
Niggas
everybody went
going into early retirement.
Everybody went somewhere else. You get what I'm saying? Of like, John stayed the whole way. And John had a net positive message, right? Outside of all the cultural appropriation, you let him get away with.
He got the most Make-A-Wish out of anyone in history.
History.
Loyalty, respect. Yeah.
That became a spit in the face when he lost.
After the Dr. Thugonomics, and, the Chain Gang and all that shit. Still,
but he was a legit rapper at that time. He was rapping, so it was like he got
ended up getting an actual platinum album in WWE, the only one.
He was appropriating. It is what it is. And I love the Dr. Thugonomics. I was mad that he didn't, when he retired, he didn't have the chain around his neck.
Or the spinning belt.
Like, only because it's like, again, that dude meant so much for so long. You grew up with these people. I remember when John came in, ruthless aggression,
smacked him.
and smacked Kurt Angle, homie, right? We'll get into all that too. But like, the fact that they did him like that, and it's like, y'all didn't want to innovate. If at any point for you to innovate, it was right here. Of like, hey, brother, for your service, you get to go out not doing the job. It changes things. It's like, yo, where's my camera? Triple H, right?
Triple K.
You smarter than that, bro. And not this because, y'all got billions of dollars, so you might not see like, yo, we could have did that different, and it's a tradition. It's time to break the traditions.
Yeah.
Break all traditions. Undertaker losing was a breaking tradition.
It was.
And they'll say like, oh, well, no, it wasn't. No. It was a breaking tradition. Do more of that. That's a genuine moment. John should have got to go out like this. Because even when you go back and watch it, because I ain't watched that whole shit, right? When you go back and watch it, and he looked. One of my friends put it perfect. Like he looked like a nigga that was finally like done with work. Now you made him tap out. He tapped out. Now mind you, when you tap out, you're supposed to be in pain, right? Yeah. He let go of the hold. John was like, all right. Yeah. Like John looked like he gave up. We didn't need that.
Right. Exactly.
Y'all didn't need that. You cheapened it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, as you get more expensive and all these things, like, you got to do more innovation, man. So I hope with your next legend, whoever that is, you'll innovate. When it's time for Randy Orton to go, let him leave on a W.
Oh, see, that's also up to the wrestler too.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like certain people, like when Tanahashi in Japan just retired, he was like, I'm losing. I'm not winning this. I don't want to win.
Yeah.
Like they had to force Sting to win in AEW. They had to force him.
That's
because
fair.
his thing was, no,
he was
you
always,
put over the other guy. I'm losing.
Yeah.
They had to force him to win. And he never defended it or nothing. He won it and then gave it up immediately.
And you know what? I'd be willing to, I'd damn near be willing to bet John chose to lose. I bet if John said, I want to win, then they'll give him that. So if that's the case,
then so be it.
I shut the fuck up. I don't know what I'm talking
But
about.
I think it's also one of those things too where there's so much more money on the line now than it was back then, where you could take that risk. Like when WWE finally decided to put Steve Austin and The Rock in them, it was at the bottom. It couldn't get no lower. It was Doink the Clown and stuff. We had no other choice. F it. Let's put something out there. Let's see if it works. And it worked out and it went crazy. And it's the same with Cena and them. It got to a point where, all right, Steve Austin is gone. The Rock is gone. There's no more Shawn Michaels. We have to put somebody else here. I think you're getting to that point now. There's enough people in WWE. Black, white, Spanish, it don't matter.
Yeah.
That last match with Gunther, it was cool. Gunther but he was already made.
Yeah.
If Cena is gonna lose, having him lose to someone like Javon Evans would have been crazy, the way he's athletic. Especially because you on ESPN.
Yeah.
Having someone like Javon Evans jumping from the top rope, flipping and landing on Cena, it goes crazy on social media, all that. Someone like Obafemi would have been another person.
It would have been a good call.
We seen it in the match on the same card with Cody. When he walks to the ring, everyone in the arena knew his theme.
Right.
If he come down there and he beat Cena the way he beat Cody Rhodes,
oh my God.
What?
But you know they always late on that stuff. They have a history of that. No matter who's in charge, whether it's Jim Ross and his old racist ass. You know what I'm saying? No matter who it is, they've always been late on that.
Yeah.
When you look at the people that weren't champion, Shelton Benjamin
is a perfect example.
Never got a run. And you go, you're out of pocket.
Intercontinental champion. I don't understand.
When Triple H beat Booker T, the way he beat Booker T, and Booker T, we love you. We know you don't got a problem with it, brother. You don't have to. You are great.
But that long-term storytelling was awful. Because of
shitty.
Because it was all based on race.
And then the thing that they made him after that, even when they talk about King Booker and they call it so entertaining, there's a part of me that like goes, because sure, right? Sure it was entertaining. But the way it was entertaining, not to make it too deep, right? But like the way it was entertaining versus Booker T's actual skill.
Versus WCW Booker.
Versus his skill and the shit. Even when you let The Rock bury him for no reason when he first got there, of like Booker was one of those guys. Booker's up there in skill of like the Eddie Guerreros and all that shit. Like Booker ain't nothing to play with. So the fact that you put him in that program with Triple H and he was outperforming Triple H in every part of that buildup. His promos were better. His ring work was better.
Oh, very.
And you go, you made it end like this for what? It's such terrible story right now.
Yep.
And yeah, it all worked out and all that, but I don't know, man. Military, can I ask a question?
What's up?
You all have been WWE fans for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We talking the Ruthless Aggression era.
Yeah.
Top 5 wrestlers from that time.